That's the way it is, man.
Well, the one question I had was, you kind of touched on it briefly because I mentioned it last week, was for the people who signed up for the Hands of Blue newsletter, they get a special a sneak peek at a stripped down version of a song called Arid, the acoustic version, and you were saying that that was the only song that kind of transferred into acoustic. So how did that kind of become the we'll call it the acoustic song of the bunch?
I guess because it's the only song that we've written on, like, we actually wrote on guitar, 100%. Like, that's where the song started. And then, like, the beat and everything else built up behind that, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I think we started writing it more at an earlier band and never quite finished it, and it's completed now with this band.
I think we wrote the music to that probably like 2 years ago, maybe. And Gina just got the lyrics done a few months ago, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it started more when we were doing more kind of industrial, progressive rock type music.
Oh, right on. Well, you know, it's always interesting to me because a lot of bands, and I think Mike will agree with this as well, that the songs are never completely finished, and a lot of times they'll pull up some old tunes and remake them and make them sound a lot better than they did before. At least they've made subtle changes to them that can kind of change things up a little bit. But it always helps out because it's always interesting to see what the bands have in mind or what they've thought, how the process worked differently. And speaking of process, I mean, do you guys have a specific one you kind of go by, or is it just kind of, well, not necessarily fly by night, but like just a little more loosely done?
Do you mean a process for writing?
Yes.
Oh, that's actually different every time. Some of these songs Gina's written entirely by herself, and then I'll just kind of come in and figure out something on top of it. A few of them, it's exactly the opposite. I'll write all of it. Most of the time, it's pretty 50-50, and we're kind of bouncing back and forth between instruments.
Which is my preference.
Yeah. We actually have one where we were very methodical about it. We actually wrote 2 songs on top of each other, so to figure out how to do that, we had to ahead of time pick out how long the verses and choruses were going to be, what key it was going to be, and all of that, so that the songs, once you put them on top of each other, will fit. That actually isn't done yet, but
I think the music part of those is done. I just gotta figure out vocal stuff.
Now, is it ever a pain to you guys sometimes where like you want to finish it, but you just don't have the drive to finish it, or just like there's something missing, you just can't quite figure out what it is?
Yeah, usually when we do that, we try not to push too hard. We'll put it to the side and work on something else for a little bit, because we don't want to force anything, because then we just get frustrated with it, and it isn't as good as it could be.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, we have a bunch of half-finished garbage on the hard drive, basically.
Right on, Mike?
Half-finished potential.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There's no such thing as. I've got a riff that kind of appeared in a slightly different form on a track probably about 15 years ago. It was on the first thing I ever recorded, and I've just recently, for years and years, I've kind of played different versions of this riff, and I've just recently kind of played a version that I really like, and I want to turn it into something. So you never know where these things are going to come from. How long? Yeah, it's kind of cool actually. I'm listening to it, and I listened back to the original. I was like, it's actually completely different, but it's kind of the same thing. You change the feeling, and suddenly it fits with what you want to do, which is kind of cool. Because I was never really happy with it when we recorded it, but it was done and it worked. And it was actually just an intro to a song, and now it'll probably be the whole song or make up a part of it. Anyway, we're not here to talk about
the roots back.
Yeah, exactly, which is, from a personal point of view, is really interesting. But we're not here to talk about me, so I'll stop going on about my band. But how long have you been Hands of Blue then? I don't know if I don't think we asked that at the beginning, but how long have I know you said you've been in different bands and stuff, but Hands of Blue is a relatively new thing, is it?
Yeah, since June of 2016.
Oh, cool. So very new then.
Yeah.
Nice. And I've only heard the 2 songs. Is that Have you got more kind of out there, or is it just the two that are out there at the moment and the rest are kind of on their way?
Yeah, it's the two that are out there. We have 8 that are mixed and mastered now, and like about 4 more that are getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very
We'll have
nice.
to release an album soon.
Well, that was my next question, actually. Yeah, is that going to become an album and then go from there? So that would be really cool to hear, actually. And they kind of, what's interesting about the two I've heard is they work really well together. And I always think it's difficult. You know, when we write stuff in the band, it's kind of, it will always sound completely different. And at first, it's almost like, is this even going to fit with what we do? And then you become your own sound. You kind of generate something from it. Have you found that through that process, or have you had songs that kind of stick out and you're like, no, we need to go back and redo that and make it more Hands of Blue, if you like? Or how do you find that kind of element of it?
We definitely have some that kind of go off the tracks, and we kind of let them go off the tracks a little bit because it's nice to have different sounding songs.
Yeah, well, maybe should we tell them about To the Pain?
To the Pain, yeah.
So we have a polka song that is in Russian.
Yeah.
You're going to have to tell me more about that. That sounds like...
It almost sounds like Weird Al.
I love Weird Al.
Almost. I don't know. That one I actually, I'll take the blame or credit on the music for that one. I was trying to figure out how to play the accordion and watching some YouTube videos, and this melody just kind of struck me, so I kind of wrote a big chunk of a polka song, and then Gina came in and wrote some lyrics in Russian over it.
Yeah.
Fluent in Russian, or did you learn it to write the song, or how did that come about?
I'm not fluent in Russian, but we did get like Rosetta Stone to try to learn Russian. I've been doing that some, and I have 2 coworkers who speak Russian, so I kind of try to chat with them and have them look things over sometimes.
Wow, you guys are working hard. Like, you're taking singing lessons and you're learning another language. And God knows what else is going to come out. This is amazing.
We love learning stuff.
I can see that. I never expected this conversation to take this turn, and I'm really glad it did. That's proper cool.
We'll definitely have to share that song with you guys.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's as soon as you mentioned like accordion and polka, I was like, first thing I think of was a Weird Al. I was like, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to hear that. It's going to be really, really cool. So, send us them all. We'll play one every week, and that'll give you enough time to write. We'll have Hands of Blue on every week. It'll be fun. Cool.
Does not sound like a bad thing.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
No, well up for that.
So we're getting to another another Hands of Blue song, and this one you get for signing up for their newsletter by email. This one's called "If the Universe Can Sing, Why Can't My Heart?" Dig this.
I remember I think it's you.
Right on, Hands of Blue. If the universe can sing, why can't my heart? Now that is a super long title, guys, but it's such a cool song too. Like, flowed very, very well. Like, I mean, I love the vocals, especially at the end. Kind of had that, I don't know, like kind of like high pitch, kind of like, but kind of eerie sound to it, but which made it sound really, really good.
Thank you.
Very, very bouncy song.
Yeah, well, that's it. I was going to say it's amazing actually because it's got a real kind of pop element to it, even though it's kind of, you know, you're not a pop band, you're a, you know, alternative, dark, industrial, exciting band, but it's got a real kind of mainstream vibe, which is really cool to hear. There were bits of that reminded me of 99 Balloons by Nina and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's got that going on, but in this kind of dark way, which I thought was really, really exciting. Again, it's a really, really cool tune, and you know, it's amazing when you listen to tracks and you think, oh yeah, I really like that, and then you talk to, you know, guys like you and listen again, and you go, oh, you feel it so much more. So everyone listening to this has heard us play your tracks over the last few weeks. Hopefully it's feeling the same as me and going, oh, I really kind of feel like I get it now I've heard these guys speak. You know what I mean? It really sings to you. So yeah, very, very exciting. Really, really cool tune. I really like that one.
Thank you. I think that was the first song I found my voice on. So
Oh, really?
that's the way, yeah. The way it came out, the way it is now, basically.
It's got. To be honest, I'm still amazed that you only learned to sing a few months ago. I've spent 20 years trying to learn to sing. I still can't. I just don't now.
Well, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
It's a process.
It's great that I think you guys have. The work you've put in, the effort you've put in to create that sound is amazing, and more so knowing that actually a lot of it's developed over the last few months. It's like, wow, okay. It feels like it sounds like you've been doing it forever. It's really cool.